Welcome
Welcome
to Shade in the
to Shade
City.
in the City.
I'm your girl, Treese.
It snows.
And today we are getting into episode, don't get me lying, 4 of Real Housewives of Dubai. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to say Dubai. I'm not going to do it. My little whatever. All right, guys. So please make sure that as you're coming in, you hit that like button.
And the subscribe button.
And yeah, y'all know Miss Ayan and Lesa got that shade. I love it. So let's get into it.
Stansbury and Sergio are in Albarari with with I said
it right. I was gonna say Alberbari, but okay, go ahead.
With the architect to design their new home. She reminds us that Albarari is, where like the movie stars live. Apparently, the Prince of Dubai lives there, and she's basically like, so good luck getting in. Mm-hmm. It's exclusive, bitch. And we find out, that they're really actually planning to have a baby because it's in the plan. Like they have a whole baby room and everything planned.
Oh, Sergio. One thing that I loved, y'all, Caroline Stansbury knows very clearly that to keep her man, she is going to have to produce a child. And you know what I can say? I can respect her for that. I think a lot of people, when they don't want to have other kids or they already have kids, they'll try to like weasel out of it or hope that their partner will like change their minds. And she was like, Sergio is not going to stay if I don't give him a child. And he made that very clear. He said, my parents want to be grandparents. And no, I want a baby. Figure it. He does feel some type of way about a surrogate though. He was like, nah, I looked it up and that's a little weird. He's like,
he thinks so. It was hilarious to me because she's mentioning her age and realistically she's like, okay, I'm 45. Like right. Apparently she froze her eggs and she mentioned surrogacy. And he's like, yeah, I don't really want to do that because I want the baby to look like us. And she's like,
it will. Okay. It will. Your stuff. What you mean? And he's like,
and
no.
She's like, this is how I know he's really clueless. Okay, because we're taking his sperm, my egg, and putting it in someone else. It's still gonna look like us. I thought it was hilarious.
Stranger things have happened. I'm with Sergio. What you get one blue-eyed twin, one brown-eyed. Nah, that
can happen inside your own womb.
Huh?
That can happen inside your own womb.
That's what I'm saying. Stranger things have happened.
Okay. You know what?
Somebody else's. Good luck.
Yes. She does. She lets us know he's not staying if she doesn't have baby Carrillo. I don't know. I might have said that one wrong. But yeah, he lets her know. Yeah. This, like, I think if I'm not mistaken, he wants to start this in like a year. Working on this baby.
45. He needs to. We see our girl Brooks. But you know Brooks. And she is meeting up with Malroy, who is her realtor. Now, she's going by different locations. As we know, she wants to be an entrepreneur. She's looking to get into the spa world, y'all. And her main objective is to make it all inclusive. And that is one thing that Dubai does not have. She talks about basically how, she had to go to 10 different salons for 10 different treatments because she had to get her hair done in one place, her skin treated in one place. And, because she's a girl of ethnic culture. And unfortunately, not everyone caters to that. And so she wants to make an all-inclusive where anyone of any race, space, place can come and get it.
Which is super duper dope.
I said, go ahead, Brooks. So now Melroy takes her to her first location. Y'all, I need Brooks type of money, right? But it was 1,430 square feet, $17,000 a month in rent. I believe it was $17,000. Correct me if I'm wrong, Shane Squad, because I know y'all will. Now, the second location is 2,000 square feet at $25,900 a month. I said, who's doing that? Who's doing that?
But the second location is in an area that they call City Walk, which has the demographic that she's looking for. She said that type of clientele can afford it. And that's what she wants. So she's over her budget, over her $2 million budget. Okay. But yeah, she's definitely gonna make her money back. And production asked her, what if this venture fails? She's like, boo, fail. We don't do that. Like, I am a self-made millionaire, okay? After leaving my husband.
What Callie say? All I do is win, no matter what. Hey.
Right? And she says Dubai is the new American dream. And she is excited to blow all the other salons out the water. I think she will, though. With this inclusive?
No, I think we would be there if we was in Dubai. Now, I will say that one thing that I loved is that she talked about how after leaving her husband, she pretty much, that's when she made her first million. She became a self-made millionaire. So I was like, okay, boo-boo. So that wasn't failure. It's not an option.
So Nina goes to see her husband, Munaf. It looks like at his office, because apparently he's a super duper workaholic. She says that they used to have Friday nights where they would have date nights, but now it's kind of turned into twice a month. So it's just easier to come visit him, you know, to do lunch.
I said, okay, Nina.
I feel you, boo. We here. Okay. Then she lets him know that she did invite the girls to Bijan's party. Apparently Bijan is like Munaf's second wife. It's his business partner. And, you know, he plans to have this extravagant birthday party.
It's a bromance.
Huh?
The bromance.
The bromance. Now, her husband basically tells her, look, you know, the managing director for Rolls Royce called and was like, yo, if you don't want to get this order in, you need to let me know what you want. Now, I said, workaholic or not, let me tell you something. You made up for the date nights, okay? So he's getting...
It's just for me, the fact that he sat you down and said, how can I help you spend my money, sweetie? You need to get on this. And I think I love Nina because, as we know, she comes from humble beginnings. Mm-hmm. I think that she's so humble. She's like, he wants to give me a car, but I just don't really know what I want. Like, she's so good.
Yeah, like, I'll just test drive them all.
Right. And he's like, no, which one do you want, honey? And most bitches would have been like, oh, no, I want this color and I want this on the inside, have it customized and ready to go. Let somebody tell you they getting you a Rolls Royce.
And this is just for it to get it like at a reasonable time. He's like, we need to get this order in. And he's like, well, I mean, like, do you want the big one, like the Phantom? Do you want the Ghost, the SUV? She's like, I'll just test drive them all.
Just throw it in the bag.
And this is apparently for their 11th anniversary. Okay. I would stick it out for 11 years to, yeah. I mean, look, she ain't going nowhere. So then he wants to talk about license plates. Apparently the license plate can be more than a damn car. The lower the amount of digits, the more the license plate is. He said that someone paid $33 million for a 2-digit license plate. It said D5. It's way more than the car. You know how many Rolls Royces you can buy with $33 million?
What'd you say now? You can buy somebody's life.
You can buy a few people's lives. Luxury lives. Okay? $33 million. Okay. And you know, she basically says, like, there's no way she would ever be able to rationalize that. Like Tree said, like, she comes from humble beginnings. She's like, there's no way I'd be able to rationalize spending that type of money on a damn
license plates for 100, Charles.
I don't even know if that's normal in Dubai, girl. You probably spending thousands, probably as the normal price.
I take the cheap. What is the cheapest one?
She's like, I'm good with just a normal license plate. And he's like, you know,
and not even that, y'all. Can I just mention? She already got a Bentley. She's in the Bentley. He's just upgrading her.
Let me upgrade you. What?
Hey, upgrade you.
Go ahead, Manaf. Go ahead. We love it. We love it, Manaf. Look, let me tell you, we can have our date nights in the Rolls Royce if that's what it comes down to. You got me fucked. I wouldn't give.
Roll up the partition, please. Hey,
I would come visit you at your goddamn office to have lunch dates too.
In the Rolls Royce. And he was like, "Do you want the Phantom? Do you want the?"
The only thing I guess she can't.
Can I just say, y'all, my Phantom is my dream car, so I can roll up the partition. Anyway, what'd you say?
He knows how much I love Phantoms. But the only thing that I guess he doesn't want her to do is have this car pink. But everything else is free game. I guess maybe he might want to drive it sometimes or whatever. But you could pick, for me, you could pick the color. I wouldn't give two goddams.
Right.
But she was like, maybe I have a little pink on the inside. She pick the color. Pick the car. Whatever you want. It's your world. Your world, squirrel. Get it done.
All right. So we get into, y'all know she's my favorite, right? So we get into Lesa, and we can see that she is trying to get work done, money making Lesa. Okay. And the kids are running amok, right? Apparently she decided that it was a good idea because she felt guilt, the mom guilt. We all feel it, right? So she put a whole little play area with hangings. Like, I think play area on the ground would have been much different. She actually on the ceiling and think that these boys, I'm a boy mom, so I know how it goes, that they not
like a swing,
jump, tall, swing all over this stuff. And that's exactly what they're doing. And so she's like, where is your father? And they're like, oh, that's working. And
he's not coming because he's got important stuff to do.
This is how it goes in my household. This is exactly how it goes in my household. Well, daddy's working. Oh, okay. And she's like, well, you don't think mommy's working? Like, I don't have important things to do. And they're like, no.
Daddy makes all the money. So she actually had to clarify how much her business makes. She's like, mommy makes money too.
Right.
Yeah. She got on the phone while production was there. They asked, like, well, how much, gross did you make last year?
And she had to call Rich and like, baby, how much did I make?
Like, 8 figures.
Not
period. Period. Dot. I said, I'll probably mean a row.
Okay. So then Rich does finally come in. Hold on. So y'all, Rich walks into the room he wasn't on the phone. He goes to greet her, and Lisa's trying to talk to him about business. She lets him know that she's trying to move forward with, moving forward with production. And he's like, well, you don't move forward with nothing without talking to me. I'm the CFO and da-da-da.
But mainly she was feeling some type of way because he's constantly on the phone, and she wants him to make this. And she wants him to make this a priority. Like, she brought in money. She's like, make this a priority. And she's like, okay, well, basically, if you can't get with the program, I can just make the decision.
I'm going to make an executive decision. And exactly. Not to mention, so what she does say is that Rich is a financier. So obviously all his other clients, businesses or whatever, but that's why she's like, I make money too, boo. So why wouldn't you make sure home is taken care of first? I'm not mad at you, Lisa. Now, the kids are still running around and Rich ain't really dealt with them at all. And basically he lets her know that he wants to move forward and thinks that they can scale a little faster because she's making this money. And she goes, say that again.
Because she actually proved him right.
Right. Give him a good ear.
I'm sorry, proved him wrong. She actually proved him wrong. I said, well,
please make sure that you hit that like button.
And you subscribe.
So we see Ayan and her husband, Chris. And let me tell y'all, I love this scene.
I love their relationship.
I love their relationship. And I may be different. I'm falling in love with Ayan. I am. And she's an awesome person. I love her stories. It just gives me life. Like,
she's very genuine. She seems very genuine. It's even when we spoke about the gifts and stuff that she gives, she seems like a very genuine person.
What it is, Ayan? Real, recognized, real. But anyway.
And she got Chanel in her name, so.
Okay. Basically, her and her husband Chris, so it seems like they're walking down like what seems like a boardwalk, or they're just walking and she's like, you remember when we first met? And yeah, and apparently we learned that Chris stole her away, y'all. She's supposed to be married. She was supposed to be married to her whole cousin.
And she said that's normal in her culture.
That's perfectly normal in her culture.
And she was like, it was not even an issue because he was fine.
Right?
All right.
She said, but I really love Chris though. So she was like, everybody was mad. They brought the goats out. They was ready for the
She actually said that she proposed to him 4 times.
Right.
I said, all right, Ayan. She's like, I see what I want and I'm going to get it.
So my favorite part of this scene was she talks about how she would not kiss him on the first date. And he's like, well, why wouldn't you kiss me? Why wouldn't you kiss me? And she's like, oh, well, you know, my mother always said, like, you never want to kiss someone. And she's like,
but you'll get AIDS.
I didn't show you my titties on the second.
The next, right?
I love Ayan. Oh my God. I was just like, okay. So yeah, her and Chris are talking about Taj. She's like, I'm going to follow him to college. And he's like, I need you to let him be a man. And I will say that he does want him to go to Boise State because that's his alma mater. And basically, as they're spending that cute moment, reminiscing on first dates and how, and apparently the cousin, the mama, Miriam, that's her name, had a problem. It was like, in my culture, you don't leave and marry nobody else, and damn sure not no white man. Right? Mm-hmm. And so her, you know, her peoples felt some type of way. But she said now the cousin, the mama, everybody good. They love Chris.
Mm-hmm. They love Chris. And he paid that dowry. She said ain't nothing for free. In her culture, she was like, you ain't get nobody for free. Apparently, it was over 20 years ago. She said he paid $1,000
for her, but she was like, now it's probably 20.
Exactly. So, oh, and she gets a text invite.
If you guys don't know, we review 90 Day Fiance, and we can confirm that it's a lot higher now.
Yes. And she, at the end, she gets a text invite from Nina. That really just, I think it added to her happiness and her excitement. Right. You know, and she was like that was really nice of her, especially after the whole Stansbury situation. So we catch up with Brooks with an S, Brooks. And she's getting ready because she says she has so many events to go to, and she's catching up with her son. Apparently they had like a National Day celebration, and she wants to know, you know, how it went. Apparently everything was fine, but what she really wants to get into is the situation with the kid on his bus that was being mean to him. Now, I have been there, and I know you want to put these kids in a headlock, so I completely get it. And he's like, well, I mean, it's not like he's gonna like punch me in the face or anything. Yeah, that would have been a trigger for me. That would have been a whole trigger for me. But she's like, you know, the school that he goes to, like, they don't allow this type of behavior. So I guess what she's battling is, she says a lot of the kids that go to his school, you know, how like their parents drive them or they have a driver. But she wanted him to get that, you know, that experience of going to school on a school bus.
And he goes to a public school.
But she says the public schools in Dubai are like private schools in the Western world. Okay. And really, I can believe it. But she, you know, she just reminds him, like, you know, I know you're tough. And she wants him to continue to, you know, tell her those things and express those things to her. So
I'm your mother. I need to protect you.
Exactly.
I need you to talk to me and let me know when this is getting too tough. And I think I didn't even think about it in the moment, but when you said it, it really resonated with me, because I think with what's going on in this world, and we see so many kids just do crazy stuff because they're dealing with so much and they don't talk to their parents about it, that I actually think that was very dope. And her being like, no, I need you to talk to me. Because yeah, we need to talk to our kids and know what's going on.
Yeah, you're not just going to take that, especially with I mean, I believe we grew up different, right? We grew up different where
we got made fun of, whatever.
Exactly. But kids nowadays are different, and you have to handle situations different. You have to take it seriously. So I appreciate, you know, her concern, and I completely understand. So Stansbury and Sarah, they meet up for lunch, and they're just catching up.
Stansbury has been drowning in wedding planning. It's just all too much, darling, all the millions of dollars.
I wouldn't think so with all the money that she has. I would think that she has a couple wedding planners. She's probably full of shit.
That part.
But
apparently, Sergio was a little bit of a bridezilla, we learned. So, maybe it is wedding planning is hard, and he's Catholic, so he has certain traditions and things.
She said if he could wear the dress, he probably would.
And then we learned that they come over and ask them if they want drinks. So we learned Miss Sarah does not drink. She declined. I just have my water.
She said, look, she was like, I had one situation where I had something to drink. She didn't even know she was
in Thailand.
Yes, in Thailand, where she had diarrhea. She was throwing up. Man.
Off one drink, y'all. I said, well, yeah, that's not for you.
I don't know what the hell you was drinking. But
right.
So Stansbury wants to, talk about how amazing her man is. She says, the fact that, he's with a 45-year-old woman with 3 children. You know what I mean? And most men, I guess her age, would see her as baggage. And she's like, yeah, I do. I got baggage.
I have a whole Louis Vuitton.
I am Louis Vuitton luggage. But then she expresses that, he wants a child of his own. They froze some eggs, and she plans to give him one. They're looking forward to the future of baby. I'm gonna say Carillo. Carallo. I don't know. But really, Sarah wants to get into it and wants to know why Stansbury wasn't at the fashion show. And she was honest with her and let her know, like, she didn't want to be in that toxic environment.
I don't have time for the toxicity, darling. It doesn't do anything for me. I just, it's just, I just want to sip my tea and crumpets and champagne. And
you are the worst.
I just feel like this is beneath me.
So we're at Bijan's party. I would have loved to have been there, okay?
Turn up. They had fire performers.
Yes, they had a floating piano, acrobatic dancers, and they're flying performers in from LA. Nina basically says, look, Sage didn't work last time. She got to use something stronger because she do not want her friends coming here messing up this expensive ass party. Which is something that her mother used to use growing up. And, she's hoping for the best.
Cleanse the environment.
Yes. So then I think it
Lesa and Milan arrived first. And they're looking
Milan
as usual.
You mean Lesa? Did you say Lesa and Ayan?
Oh, I said Lesa and Milan. I'm sorry.
That's what I thought you said, but then I thought I heard you wrong.
Ayan, thank you for correcting me.
Did I hear her correctly? Yes, they arrived first. They're looking forward to this beautiful party, but then all the rest of the women arrive. Okay, and Ayan and Sergio are off kind of, on their side of the table.
Having a little moment.
Yeah.
It's not a bad moment, y'all. Like a good moment. He was like, I really think you're a good person. I think you're a good person. I vibe with your energy. And I know you're going to be a great person for her. And basically, he's like, just because you beefing with this, but just I'm not. And I can respect that. But Stansbury's over here. No new friends. You too friendly.
Especially not with the house. But she's over here with her own issues. She's over here talking to Lesa about why she missed her fashion show. And apparently Lesa spoke with
Sarah the day before
and found out the real reason. So she really is not taken to what she said like too seriously. Basically, Stansbury is blaming her on the wedding planning and what have you. And she tells her, like, I really think it's because you're beefing with Ayan. She's like, no, that has nothing to do.
That's not it. As she's giving her the side eye. No. I'm here for you. I support you.
But she decides to let it go, and she's like, it is what it is. Like, we're good. But then apparently Lesa left her phone in the bathroom, and Ayan volunteers to go find it for her. Now, as soon as Ayan gets up from the table, Stansbury makes a comment to Sergio. She says that he's such a fucking girl and he loves everybody and it drives her nuts. Now Sergio is like, he's lost. He has no idea. And, you know, everybody's like, well, he's just sweet. And so she calls her friend Michael over and she's like, my husband has become one of them. And Lesa and Brooks kind of look at her
it's like what do you mean by one of them?
What is one of them? What is that?
And she said, you mean one of the fabulous ones? She's like, oh, he can be one of us. And they hold hands. And then Stansbury says to them, well, who's gonna suck your?
I hope she's gonna suck your dick.
I said, oh.
And Lesa says, no, I won't
do that.
But basically, in the confessional, she was like, but if I did, bitch, he would be leaving your ass
home to you, boo-boo.
Now Stansbury, she leaves the table because she says she needs a minute after her friend Michael basically told her, like, you need to slow down, because I think he realized, like, shit is getting out of hand. Right. Now Ayan comes back with Lisa's phone, and, you know, she tells Ayan that Stansbury said, why are you over there with them? Okay. And Ayan just loses it. She's like, yo, like, I am tired of being nice. Like, she's such a bitch. She's so evil. And Lesa
and then Stansbury walks back over.
Yeah, and she denies basically ever saying that, which
she's like, I never said that. I never said that. I never said that. Lesa, you are a pot stirrer. I never said that. And
then she actually, so I was like, okay, technically she didn't exactly say that, but then she still lied, and she was like, oh no, I said, like, you have a good heart. And ma'am, first of all, I don't know if editing missed it or what, or maybe it was a voiceover, or, you know, but I know my ears didn't hear that. Now, I know you didn't say exactly what she said, but the point was, apparently Lesa had a conversation with Stansbury about grouping them together. Mm-hmm. So whether you said he's over there with them or he's becoming one of them, it was still the wrong conversation to have.
And not even that, but I'm gonna just point out the obvious, the fact that you said that, and that's why Brooks looked like that, because when you said them, you're talking about the only 2 Black women on the cast.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about that. I love that Lesa didn't take it that way and make it a race thing, but it definitely could have been taken that way.
I mean, I think that's where she was getting to when she said grouping us together. Because it was Lesa and Ayan, them. I mean, yeah,
and Caroline was like, Brooks was like, did she just?
And basically, Stansbury told her that she was lying and she was being a pot stirrer. So Lesa completely loses it. She's like, basically, like, the fucking nerve of you grouping us together, then you're lying about it. She says that she feels like she's throwing a dart and walking away. So, you know, Sergio takes Stansbury away from the table, I guess, to go cool down again. And, you know, when they return, he tells Stansbury, like, you know, speak normal, you know, have a normal conversation. And Stansbury says, you know what, maybe there was a miscommunication, but this is ridiculous. And Ayan says, you know, that she's a good person. Such a good person.
I'm a good person.
And she does want to build a relationship with Stansbury. And everybody's like, let's do it. And they kind of hug it out after that. And, you know, regardless, you know, Ayan did say she wants to build a relationship with her, but she also says, bitch, I got my eyes on her.
And Lesa had been removed herself from the situation. So we see in confessional, Lesa lets us know, I'm glad that Ayan and Stansbury have made up, but Stansbury is now on my hit list.
My hit list, exactly. What you're not about to do is lie on my name. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another review of Real Housewives of Dubai. Please make sure, if you have not already, that you like,
you comment,
you subscribe,
and hit the notification bell.
And we will catch you next week for another episode, because it's going to be juicy, y'all. And apparently Ayan is going to try to act like she friends with Stansbury, and we're going to see how it go. But I think Ayan is genuine. I just don't think Stansbury is. But we will see.
She just wanted that shit to go away.
She's a liar. And you know what's so funny? I wouldn't be surprised if she ends up uninviting Lesa to her wedding and inviting Ayan and starting some friction. I just see it brewing. But let me know what y'all think. Drop in the comments and we'll catch y'all next week. Have a good night.
Mwah.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Hey!